Learning to become a better Rainbow Six Siege player is a long and arduous process. Today, I've got 5 more tips for beginners that will greatly assist in improving your play. Let's take a look. Starting with number 1, don't peek the same angles as your teammates. Having 2 people covering the exact same spot is oftentimes wasteful and sometimes dangerous for your team. Consider thoroughly your positioning and do your best to avoid lining up, which causes multiple players to get destroyed by a single opponent in one fell swoop, oftentimes by complete accident on the side of the attacker. They only meant to shoot one person and yet they get 3. Number 2, be conscious of your crosshair placement. Rainbow Six Siege, while oftentimes slow-paced in terms of movement, has extremely fast times to kill. Against really good players, you simply don't have time to react to an opponent coming through a door, swing your crosshair over, and then shoot them before they shoot you. Let's say that you're in a room with teammates, and one guy is watching a hallway to the north, and it's your job to watch a flank from the west. You'd better have your crosshairs in position to click on that enemy the millisecond that you see them peeking your corner. It's imperative that you minimize all delays between seeing and shooting an opponent, so always be cognizant of what you're doing with your crosshairs. Third, let's move on to a topic impossibly important in all shooters: audio cues. Flat out, if you want to be successful at a high level in ranked play, you need to be wearing headphones. Listening to the game through only your TV speakers will absolutely hinder your ability to locate enemies in 3D space in an accurate way. Just because you can't see an opponent doesn't mean you can't know that they're there. Listen for the subtle ruffling of their clothes as they raise their gun to aim down sights, the sliding click of a magazine being changed, or a dull thud as an opponent jumps off a small ledge. Sounds like these will absolutely give away the position of an enemy and must be accounted for when playing. Now what I want you guys to do is listen very closely to this clip. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to crank the volume, so just be careful if you're a headphone user. I want you to listen for every little minute noise made in this game, and you can follow along with the decisions that I'm making based upon the sounds that I'm hearing. It's very, very cool to go back and watch.
There's a smoke line down next to... That's him. Nice.
This leads into our 4th and 5th points quite nicely. One of the loudest actions in the game is running. Generally, the slower that you move, the quieter your operator becomes. So, before we get too deep into this topic, let's break down some terms. First, we've got sprinting. This is extremely loud, but gets you from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Then we have running. At this speed, your gun is still raised and ready to fire, and you're moving fairly quickly, but you're still making quite a lot of noise. Not as much as sprinting, but still a lot. Thirdly, you can walk. This slows your movement down to a crawl, however you are just shy of totally silent when moving in this way. Slow crouch walking, achieved in the same way as stand walking, is equally as quiet and slow as stand walking. The only difference then is the figure that you're presenting to your opponent. Knowing when it's alright to make noise and when it's not is pivotal to your continued success in Rainbow Six Siege. For example, if you're playing on plane and the objective is in the bedroom, it's probably not a big deal to sprint in press section if you know their roamers aren't currently threatening you. In a similar situation, if you have a teammate lurking and moving very slowly and quietly through an area, don't go sprinting near them and giving their position away. Unless you're going for some super MLG distractionary minigames, you're just screwing your teammate over, so be careful not to make too much noise. Finally, for our 5th tip, we'll keep it short and sweet. When you jump off a ledge, whether it's large or small, you will make quite a loud thud when you hit the ground. However, if you hold the prone button mid-air before you hit the ground, you're going to land a lot more quietly. It looks very stupid and makes no sense whatsoever, but it's a very small adaptation you can make to your gameplay that will absolutely help you out in outmaneuvering your opponents. That'll do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you've learned something new. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one, operators. Take care.